Well, hello there, people of the internet, and hello again. I'm TheMBmulti. Welcome to part 11 of my Doki Doki Literature Club Plus Let's Play series. There we go. Today, we are going to start with the side stories because I have unlocked everything from the main game, I believe. I've got all the secret nodes, but by the way, it was super difficult because even if you, because, you know, I've played the main game so many times now, you can skip everything, but even if you can, even when you can skip everything, it still takes roughly 10 minutes to get to the point where you have actually reached all three special poems, and only to find out that all three are three ones that I already have. So then I have to go back into the files, use this reset thing, which takes forever, and then, you know, run it again. And then, you know, you take like 15 minutes roughly to get it once, only to find out that they randomly selected poems that you already have. But but I unlocked them all in the end anyway. And then, like yesterday or 2 days ago or something, there was an update because apparently that was a bug that they showed the same poem so many times. So they fixed that. So it should be easier for you guys if you play the game now to unlock the secret poems. They should appear a lot more frequently, a lot more differently. So yeah, apparently that was an issue with the game. They're constantly busy fixing things and you know, doing bug fixes and you know. So there's a lot of support, technical support, and of course they constantly ask for you to, if you have any bugs, to report them and stuff, and they can look into it. So there's a lot of support for the game, so that's nice to hear from the developers. So yeah, there are some poems that you haven't seen. I believe this one you haven't seen. Can you hear me? That's just what it says. Then we saw this one before. And then this one. Today I cut my skin open for the first time. It was exhilarating. I think I understand how bleep feels now. I'm supposed to be the responsible one though, so I don't think I'll be doing it again. Unless I decide to kill myself. I left a memento of the occasion below. So yeah, I guess this is Yuri who wrote this. Yeah, and then stare at the dot to reveal a special message, and if you wait for a couple minutes, then it just turns into I love you. And then, yeah, we've already seen that before. Oh yeah, and this is also a new one. I can't convince myself to go to therapy when I'm the happiest I've ever been. I'd rather keep this up until I blow my cover and someone takes me to the emergency room, which is off the end there. So yeah, I've got all the... Although actually, I may have actually shown you that. Oh, I don't remember. Well, anyway, those are the ones that I don't really remember that I've recorded. And then everything else is side story material, in my opinion. So, we're going to start with this one. Trust, part 1. Which had Sayori and Monika, I believe. Very, very cinematic. Oh, that's a new one. Soccer tryouts. Oh, look at that. The sun's rising. Okay, everyone. The literature club is starting. Let's all have a seat and take attendance, okay? I missed the debate. I missed debate club. I knew it would be so difficult to start a new club. I feel worse with every day that passes without anyone coming in. Oh, is this how Sayori joins the literature club? I'm really starting to lose confidence. Monika is the only member of the literature club. In the days that have passed, all of her efforts to recruit new members have been fruitless. Am I going about this wrong? Monika glances at one of her flyers. The headline is, "Do you like literature?" Maybe nobody is into literature enough to pick it over their other club interests. I can't just rely on people liking literature. I need to sell them a vision. A vision. But what kind of vision? Monika rests her head on the desk, deep in thought. But before she realized it, the recent nights of staying up too late start to catch up to her. It's so quiet, and the noise of the air conditioner is soothing. You see, I actually do like it when you're a normal person, Monika. Hello? Yeah, that's Sayori. Suddenly, a voice causes Monika to snap awake. Oh my gosh! I'm so sorry, I never do this. Is this the napping club? Oh, I like this song. It's like a remix of one of the other ones. I like it. No, this is... Monika pauses, suddenly embarrassed to admit that this is, in fact, the literature club. This is the literature club. Yay, I thought I got it wrong for a sec. I'm super sorry. It was, like, so unprofessional of me to do that. Don't apologize, I do it all the time. Oh? Did I miss the club meeting? Where is everybody? Well, about that, this is everybody. Really? Just you? I really like the soundtrack, it's really nice. It's still not as great as Dreams of Love and Literature though. But it is pretty cool. Oh, no, it's never mind, slightly different. Maybe I shouldn't sing along when I don't know how it goes just yet. But we're getting more members, I'm working really hard on it. Hold on a sec. If it's just you, that means I get to be vice president. Wait, vice president? What are your qualifications? Well, I'm better at napping than you. Maybe I should be president. Now you're just making fun of me. Oh, I'm sorry. What was your name? Sayori. Okay, Sayori. I've been trying really hard on this club. I know you caught me in a weird time, but it's really disheartening not to be taken seriously, you know? I care so much about this. I just want to find other people who do too. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I do care, I promise. I have a hard time being serious, that's all. I didn't mean for it to hurt you. And I was joking about the vice president thing too. I would make a terrible vice president. I mean, I'm sure that Monika tries to say something reassuring, but it's difficult when she still doesn't know much about Sayori. I'm sorry that this isn't, like, a real club yet. Would you still be interested in joining after I found a few more members at least? What? Would you still be interested in joining after... well, no. I want to join now. Really? Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. Besides, I can tell how hard you've been working. You're doing something amazing and you should be proud of it, you know? So let me help you turn something stressful into something fun. If nothing else, I'm good at that, so... Honestly, how could I possibly say no to that? That's really sweet of you, Sayori. Oh, I'm Monika, by the way. Monika! That's such a cool name. Oh, now you're just trying to cheer me up. But you're smiling. Well, I didn't say it didn't work. Monika glances at the flyer on her desk and realizes that her name is already written on it. So what do we do first? Well, it's getting pretty late, isn't it? We can go home and try to come up with new ideas to recruit club members. I can do that. Cool. And I think I need to put some more thought into my vision for the club. You know, like a mission. My mission is to make everyone happy. Yeah, something like that. I need to think about it. Hey, do you like hugs? I guess so. Sayori suddenly pulls Monika into her friendly hug, then let's go. Some people can just really use a hug sometimes. That is true, Sayori. Also, Monika! I mean, I know this technically doesn't have anything to do with the main story, but how could you still fucking drive a girl like that to commit suicide after this ridiculously friendly interaction you had with her? That's serious, that's messed up, Monika. Just, Monika, between you and me, Monika, that's pretty fucking messed up. I mean, driving someone to kill themselves is messed up, like, as it is. But someone like that? That's even more messed up. There's like an extra layer of messed up, Monika. Besides, Sayori whispers loudly, hug energy is what keeps me at my best. Hug energy? Monika laughs. Although Sayori is very different from her, Monika feels her spirits lifted. Maybe it's just because she finally found another club member. But... well, I'm looking forward to tomorrow then. It'll be fun. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna think really hard tonight about how to get more people. Yeah, me too. A day passes, and the time comes for the literature club, Monika and Sayori, to reconvene. As president, Monika ensures that she's the first one to arrive at the club room, but she finds herself waiting longer than expected for Sayori. It's been 10 minutes already. Maybe Sayori changed her mind about joining? No, that can't be. She was so excited yesterday. But I'm getting kind of worried. Suddenly, Sayori comes bounding through the door. In her hand, she's holding a sheet of paper. Sorry I'm late, I'm here. It's okay, welcome back. And Sayori spins over to Monika and deposits the sheet onto Monika's desk. Oh, what's this? I take my hands. Oh, take my hands. Take my hands. Take me forwards. Take me to your dreamlands. Caution to watch my step, so I can't look back at my footprints. Climb the stairs ahead of me while I look up to you. The more I look forward, the more I look up. The more I can lend to you. You can trust me to follow your pace. I'll trust you to set it. If you can trust me to lend you a smile, I'll trust you to return it. Take my hands, take me forwards, take me to your dreamland. Hey, this is really good. You wrote this, Sayori? Of course. Wait, no, that's the wrong side of the paper. Huh? I wasn't ready to share that yet, I'm so embarrassed. Monika flips over the paper. Written on the other side is a list of ideas for recruiting new club members. Oh, so this is what you meant to show me. But I'm curious now, do you write poetry often? I do, but I'm sure I'm not anywhere near as good at it as you are. Really? I'm actually terrible at writing poetry. I've never written anything I was happy with. Like, I always read it again a week after I write it and I'm like, wow, this is so stupid. I don't know. It's like the dramatic version of me doesn't agree with the person I want myself to be, or something like that. Ah, you should have more confidence in yourself. Well, not too much, because then she'll start deleting people, Sayori. You're the literature club president. I guess you're not wrong there. I need to, like, set a good example or whatever. You know, I can envision the club doing something like that. Doing what? You know, sharing poems we write, and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I would love that. It's such a good way to learn about other people, you know? It's like we have so many emotions that we can't express to other people, usually. But you can when it's in a poem, right? Yeah, I think that's helping me from form a more cohesive vision of the club. So I'm glad you showed me, even though it was by accident. Me too. I felt embarrassed at first, but now it feels like now it feels kind of good that someone else read it. Jesus, I'm struggling with these sentences for some reason. I'll try to show more of them in the future. I'd love that. Oh geez, I'm getting distracted. Do you want to go over this recruitment brainstorm together? My brain stormed so hard. It was like a brain hurricane. My brain is a natural disaster. Sayori, that's terrible. Anyway, let's take a look at the list. Make cupcakes. I was hungry. But it's a good idea, isn't it? Let me think about this. I mean, when would we have the chance to give people cupcakes? You know, like when they come into the club. What if we said we had free cupcakes on the flyers? I'm, like, kind of worried that would bring in the wrong kinds of people, you know? Wrong kinds? People who just come for the cupcakes and then leave. Ah, nobody would do that. That would be mean. But you know, I want to find people who are really into literature. Even if they don't know it yet. Let's see, the next thing on the list. Hunt for people reading books. Well, I guess that's how they found Yuri. I don't think I get it. Like, going around the school and finding people who are reading books, you know? Like in the morning or during lunch. And we tell them to check out the literature club. Well, the problem with that is, like, wouldn't most people reading books just be doing it for an assignment or something? How would we know if they're just reading it for fun? Well, we could ask them. But then we'd be bothering people who are trying to do schoolwork. I didn't think about that part, I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. You're coming up with a lot more things than I can. Oh, your next idea is to hand out flyers rather than just put them up on the wall. I'd definitely like to start doing that. I'm useful. I never said you weren't. I just need to think. What would we tell people then when handing them out? I don't want to be just like join the literature club. Let's figure out how we can better engage people. What if you told them about the club activities and stuff? What club activities? Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be my job to come up with that, right? A vision for the club. Okay, Sayori, pretend you're a normal person for a second. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. You know, like a random passerby who is getting a flyer. How would you react to the idea of a literature club? Probably like, literature stupid. I'm joining the anime club. What the heck? Sorry, I was just thinking of a friend of mine. If only I had actually joined the anime club, Sayori. No, that's not true. Even though a lot of horrible things happened, I am actually glad I joined. You dragged me into the literature club, Sayori. Okay, what if I said that we, like, do group reading or discuss it together? I would probably nap through that. That's you, Sayori. Yeah, but it doesn't really sound fun to most people anyway. We need to really catch their interest, you know? This sucks. Why is this so hard? Monika, don't be sad. What do you like about literature, Sayori? Me? Well, kind of what I said about the poem earlier. I think it gives you the chance to express yourself. Like, express yourself in ways you can't normally do. When you're just doing your normal day. And talking to your friends. I mean, we all have so many thoughts and feelings that we just don't get to share, you know? It's like intimate. Yeah. How do we get that across to people? We could be like, express your true self. Be intimate with us. Okay, that's kind of... I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh! What is it? I forgot all of my things in my classroom. I must have gotten too excited and rushed here. Silly me. Rushed? But weren't... Ah, never mind. Did you want to get your stuff then? I'll forget it if I don't do it now. Well, I'll wait for you then. Okay, it'll only take a second. Sayori dashes out the room, leaving Monika momentarily alone. Monika sighs and starts jotting her thoughts on a sheet of paper. Express yourself. Be who you want to be. Make new friends. Discover a new you. Discover your heart. No. Write your heart out. No. Write into your heart. Write the way into your heart. Isn't that a line in her final song? Write my way into his heart. Join the literature club. Yeah, there it is. Write the way into your heart. That's a line in your reality. That's a clever reference. Wow, that's lame. Monika! You startled me. Sorry, but it's something important. On the way to my classroom, there was a girl reading a book. Reading a book? Let's hurry and recruit her. Wait, are you sure she's not just doing homework? I could tell she was really into it. Well, I guess we could take a look. Is this Yuri? Monika grabs one of her flyers and stands up to the desk. Then the two depart the classroom with Sayori leading the way. This way! You don't have to run! Sayori leads Monika over to a particular classroom, then lowers her voice to a whisper. See, in there! Monika peers through the window. Sure enough, there's a girl sitting alone, intently reading a book. It has to be Yuri. I feel like a creep doing this. You should go inside and talk to her. Me? You're the president! And I would probably scare her away. Okay, fine, I'll do it. Monika takes a deep breath, then timidly enters the classroom. That was fast? Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. Why? What happened? Well, I entered the classroom and she didn't even look up from her book. So I kind of just left the flyer on the desk and then walked out. That's kind of cute. But I'm sure she will see it and want to join the club. I hope so. Shall we head back now? The two head back to the club room. Sayori feeling rather accomplished and Monika still feeling a bit embarrassed by the encounter. This has to be, that has to be Yuri. Not even looking up when someone walks in front of you or drops a flyer on your desk, just staring at a book. That has to be Yuri. Or it's Natsuki reading manga, but if she came up and dropped a flyer on the desk, I'm pretty sure Natsuki would... Did I say Sayori? I meant Natsuki. Then Natsuki would be like, go away! I'm reading my manga over here. Or something like that. It's not like I want to join your club or anything. Upon returning, Monika and Sayori resumed their strategy meeting. They discuss various different kinds of recruitment tactics, from professional to silly. After getting through Sayori's list and with Monika coming up with ideas of her own, the two end in a better spot than from where they began. Well, I would say today was pretty productive, wasn't it? Yeah. I think we're starting to make progress. I can't wait to get some new members. Hey, what's this? Sayori appears at the sheet of paper Monika was jotting on earlier. Oh, don't mind that. I was just thinking to myself. Join the literature club. Right the way into your heart. There it is again. That's so cute. I thought it was a little over dramatic, but Sayori pauses and thinks for a moment. You know, I don't think you give yourself enough credit. What? What do you mean? Like, I don't know, I feel like I can tell from talking to you today. It seems like you're always afraid of doing something wrong. Yeah, but you call yourself a perfectionist? Yeah? Yeah, I definitely am. I mean, I always have an idea on my head of how I want things to go, and it's like I can't accept anything less than that. But I think in the end it helps me try my hardest at everything. So I don't think it's that bad. Like with this club. We have such an opportunity to make it into exactly how we envision it. But it feels like we only have one shot at it. You only have one shot, do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better lose yourself. Okay, sorry. You better lose yourself in the books the moment. No, that doesn't scan, does it? So I'm just really afraid of having a devastating... of it deviating from that devastating. The vision. What's the vision? It's... Monika pauses to think, then shakes her head to herself. She sighs. I don't know. I just want everyone to... Monika trails off. Smiling, Sayori taps her finger against the sheet of paper. Right the way into your heart. I think what you're trying to do is to make the club that you need the most out of everyone. Well, you're the one who knows yourself the best, of course, but I'm here to help you. Monika returns Sayori's smile. It's sort of amazing how kind you are. You're really gonna make this the best club ever. Sayori nods and the two remain silent for a moment, lost in thought. The only sound is the steady whisper of the air conditioner. And the only movement is the afternoon sunlight trickling its way in and out of the moving clouds. Sayori breaks the moment with a big yawn. Time to go home? You tell me, you're the president. In that case, today's meeting is officially over. I look forward to tomorrow. Me too. Sayori beams and grabs her things. You can go on ahead, and I need a few minutes still. Oh, I can wait. It's alright, I just want some alone time. In that case, Sayori waves enthusiastically at Monika. Good luck! Monika smiles and waves in return as Sayori spins her way out of the club room. All alone, she sighs to herself and takes a minute to zone out. She wasn't prepared for the self-reflection encouraged by Sayori, but she decides it was something she probably needed to write about now. The club that I need the most. I don't get it. I just wanted to start a club with more passion. Something that I could use to help lead people to happiness. Literature is the key to that. Because it's the window to the real person inside of us. Underneath the person who's forced to always smile and blend in. The person who's forced to be perfect. Monika suddenly notices a folder on the floor by her desk. Did Sayuri leave this behind? I hope it doesn't have her homework in it. Worried, Monika opens the folder to check. Poems. It's a folder of poems. Become the flower. A feeling of joy is a flower plucked from the ground. The color, the scent. It's so pretty in my hair. Every day I pluck some flowers, as though they grow just for me. A lifetime of peace and nourishment, yanked away in an instant. All for me, all for joy. I need more joy, I need more happy. Pluck, 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 every day. Pluck, 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 so pretty in my hair. Pluck, 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 you're going to die. Wow. You're going to die, and you too. Beneath my feet, a flower stands alone. It beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends? I look in every direction. And the field I stand in, the prosperous field, is a barren wasteland, the fruits of my labor, the carnage of my joy. And that is why I've decided I must become the flower. Wow. What the... Wait, Sayuri? Okay. Another fucking email. Stop messaging me! As a reminder to help guide our data collection, any analysis performed should be focused on answering some of these main questions. How does granting elevated access to the virtual machine affect a person's emotional state? How does granting elevated access to the virtual machine affect a person's values and goals? How does someone effectively navigate an experiment? Excuse me, a little bit of sick just came up in my mouth when reading this, but that's okay, we'll move on. How is elevated access being weaponized? What? What actions and values most contribute to the destruction of the universe? Most importantly, how might your obsessions apply to your own universe? Bonus, how can we present this to upper management as an operation that benefits the company? Unrelated note, whoever changed the color scheme of the desktop to pink, can you please change it back? It's unprofessional and it runs the risk of drawing eyes. Okay, I still don't exactly understand what these mails are supposed to be about, and also why they arrived to me in reverse order. But okay. Alright, here are some things. Finish, trust 1. Finish, trust 1. Okay. And, there we go. You see, those are the two Sayuri poems. Yeah, wow, this one is a very, very good one. This is really a bittersweet. This is really a bittersweet poem. You know, like realizing that's chasing your own, but that's also so Sayuri as well. Like chasing your own happiness destroys everything else. That's kind of like what it says, you know, picking the flowers because you like them, but it turns the field into a barren wasteland because you've plucked them all. And then she feels like she must become the flower. She must give joy to someone else and then let someone else pluck her and let her die. Which is perfectly sums up how she sees the situation when she has depression. When, you know, when she talks about it in the game. And also in Blue Skies, even though Blue Skies is not related to the main game. But, you know, how she feels like she's only like... She sees herself like a flower, like the object. She can give joy. She feels like she should give joy to others and then be left alone to die, kind of, which sounds a bit melodramatic, but you know. And this is kind of like her realization into that point where like the depression kind of like takes over. Because it doesn't have to be that way, you know. You don't have to... But this says it like it's the only outcome, you know, when you pluck the flowers, it always turns a prosperous field into a barren wasteland, and that's why she decides she should become the flower instead to help other people and die herself. But it's only presented here like the barren wasteland is the only outcome, but that's not true. It doesn't have to be the only argument. I mean, that's the message of this poem, but, you know. It's a really good one. Oh yeah, this is... Oh yeah, okay, so all of Sayori's other poems. There once was a ladybug. It was so small, it took a really long time to crawl from here to there. It was very tiring to fly... It was very tiring to fly for too long. Nobody squishes ladybugs because they're cute. Does that make them better than other bugs? Do ladybugs know they're cute? It's actually kind of a funny thing to think about. I think they're too preoccupied with bug things. And so the ladybug crawled around and did bug things. The story wasn't really going anywhere, but I know you don't mind. I hope you think it's nice for being there anyway, like ladybugs, like this ladybug. The one who clings like a doof onto your sleeve because it knows you won't squish it. If it doesn't bug you, will you stay a while? Also a nice, interesting poem, and also like nice correlation drawn. It's softly lit by the morning sun. Yeah, I noticed that. Slightly different than the other one. Okay. And then we also have new songs. Where? Yeah. Yeah, there we go. This is the one. I really like this one. Yeah, okay. Anyway, let's, yeah, and then we've unlocked the second one. So let's immediately do that, because they're not that long. And it will do like each side story in one episode, because I've recorded for 32 minutes now. So we'll do each side story, like we'll do trust in this episode, we'll do understanding in the next one, then respect, and then, you know, that they're nicely organized. And also then, if it takes a bit less long, otherwise I need like 2 videos for each side story, so, you know. Another day passes in a flash, and it's already time for the next club meeting. Although Monika should have come up with a plan for today's club tasks, she hasn't been able to shake her guilt and anxiety after reading Sayori's poem. I'm so stupid. How did I let myself be the center of attention? Sayori is going through these kinds of feelings, and I'm letting her comfort me instead of the other way around. What kind of club president does that? This whole time, I didn't think to ask about her own feelings. So much for the stupid vision. Sayori enters the club room with her usual smile, but upon seeing the downcast Monika, her smile quickly fades into an expression of concern. Monika? Is everything okay? I'm really sorry. I'm such a terrible friend. Huh? What are you talking about? You're an amazing friend. Monika shakes her head. I made this all about myself. Even you said so yesterday. You told me that I'm trying to make the club that I need most, right? Need the most, right? But my problems are so trivial compared to yours. Sayori responds quietly. What are you talking about? But as she says that, her face darkens. Through the silence, Sayori mutters her realization. I left my folder here. Monika stares blankly ahead, unable to come up with a response. I wasn't ready to share those. Now you're worrying about me, I don't want that. But why? We're friends, right? Wordlessly Sayori nods. Friends look out for each other. I want to be here for you as much as you're here for me. Another long moment passes in silence. The air is incredibly heavy. This is different. It wasn't just about you yesterday, it was about the club. Besides, things were so happy yesterday. You don't need to do this all of a sudden. I don't want it. I like happy. So, if you do this, then you're just being selfish. Monika messages her forehead, struggling. Oh, massages her forehead, struggling through the frustration of such a paradox. It's understandable that Sayori isn't ready to share certain things, but as unfair as it is for Monika to pry, it's also painful for Monika to force herself to ignore the needs of her friends. I'm sorry I looked. I disrespected your privacy. No, I don't blame you for looking. You would have at least needed to check if it was mine. Yeah. Monika takes a deep breath. Okay. I understand that you don't want me to worry. And I think I'll be able to put this aside, so that we can move on. But, can you promise me something? Promise you what? Monika pauses to collect her thoughts. This is the literature club. It's a place where people can express themselves in ways that life normally doesn't allow them to. That's the vision. In fact, it's our vision. Right away into your heart, or whatever. So, I just want you to promise me that you'll remember that too. It doesn't have to be right now, but I want to be here for you when you need it. I want us to be ourselves like that. Sayori smiles gently. I'll promise if you promise. Unable to help it, Monika returns Sayori's smile. I promise. Me too. As the conversation closes, the mood in the room is lifted. With that behind them, it's time to proceed with the club activities. So, wanna teach me about poetry? Huh? But about recruitment? It's fine, we have plenty of time for that. But right now I feel like I want to do this. I mean, I do have to fulfill my end of the promise, you know? There's no way I could say no to that. Just don't expect much. I do a lot of writing, but it's not like I'm a scholar or anything. That's fine. I think I just need, like, some motivation. I never know where to start when it comes to writing poems. Starting isn't so hard. You kinda just need to write down your feelings and see where it takes you. Yeah, but that wouldn't come out any good. It's not supposed to. You're gonna have to fight your perfectionist mind on this one. You can just start by writing your feelings and see what kinds of things it makes you think of. And then you can turn your feelings into a little story. You can get your feelings down at first and then make it sound pretty later. It's not like building a railroad where you go from one end to the other. It's more like a collage or collage where you find all the things you want to put in, and then you arrange them in a pretty way. Collage. Not college. At least that's how I do it. It's not like it's the only way, but it's a really good way not to get stuck right at the beginning. I understand. Yeah, I always get so caught up in how it sounds that I forget about what's actually important. Monika pulls out a pen and paper and starts writing on. Stop being a perfectionist, you idiot. I'm just kidding. Monika scribbles you idiot. Scribbles out you idiot after she writes it down. No, keep it. What? Why? Are you calling me an idiot? Oh, of course not. But the point is that you're not supposed to police your feelings, right? Be as dramatic as you want. Yeah, but I was just... Well, yeah. Underneath the scribble, Monika rewrites you idiot. She stares at the paper. Her words stare back at her. It's kind of funny how I wrote down what I'm mad at myself for, and then I did that exact thing anyway. This is really gonna take some getting used to. I believe in you. Thanks, I do too. Me, I mean. But also you, of course. Monika continues to exercise, jotting down her thoughts. It's surprisingly quite a struggle to write without overthinking it. But after a while, with Sayori's guidance and encouragement, Monika's sheet of paper begins to look fairly lively. Perhaps with all of her random thoughts. Phew! Monika looks up and down at her sheet. Gosh, I feel so tense looking at this. I hate it. But it's also kind of liberating. I can tell how hard you're trying. It makes me happy. I think you'll be good at writing poems. Don't give me too much credit. I'd have to try really, really hard at it. But I think it's something that I'll enjoy doing. With you, Sayori Beebs. I'll stop here, but we still have time. Let's try to work on a new flyer for the club. I won't be so picky about the language. Yay, let's do it! Monika and Sayori proceed with their work. With each passing day, the two of them become more confident in the club. Not simply from their recruitment planning, but from their vision as well. As their bond strengthens, so does the essence of the literature club. Finally, they begin to truly feel it's only a matter of time before they find more members. Another day passes. As usual, Monika's the first one into the club room. With her is a printout of the revised literature club flyer, complete with all the new ideas Monika and Sayori came up with. If only this was the flyer we gave out to that one reading girl the other day. It's so much more attractive than the old one. But the new catchphrase is featured clearly at the center of the flyer. Write the way into your heart. Surely common sense would say that one writes from the heart and not into the heart. But the message being delivered is that one can use writing to discover themselves. Hopefully, Monika and Sayori had thought that it wouldn't be enough to garner some curiosity from students. Why do I feel so tense looking at this? Monika thinks back to the previous meeting when she performed the writing exercise. Was I always this bad at expressing myself? How am I supposed to be president if I can't even demonstrate what the club is supposed to be about? The literature club is truly beginning to take form. But with that, the weight on Monika's shoulders only becomes heavier. The weight club was always about rigid structure, formulating airtight points and counterpoints, and delivering them with conviction. It was about the person on the outside. That's why Monika was so good at it. It existed entirely within her realm of comfort. It's suffocating. I need to break through this mental wall. I need to learn how to express myself, for real. Monika pulls out a sheet of paper and then grabs a pen. Her pen. She passes the tip of the pen firmly against the paper. Does it create a dark puddle of ink? But her hand doesn't move. Instead, yeah, there we go. Instead, a tiny blot of ink collects around the tip of her pen. Monika lifts her pen and stares at the little blotch. For some reason, she feels compelled to run her finger across it. As she does so, the black ink smears across the paper, ruining Monika's canvas. Ugh. Out of spite for herself, Monika presses her pen down once again, letting the ink collect. She creates a second smear on the paper. Come on, Monika, just move your hands. Write my way into his heart. Is that what all these side stories are about? It's all just references to how the original lines came to be. Because, you know, there is the big puddle of ink. So Yuri's tip was just write something down and worry about tying it up later. These are all Monika's tips that she gives you in the first week. Just move your hand is a line from the song. Write the way into his heart is a line from the song. You know, it's all references to the song or the first act so far. Monika writes, there's the two smears. This is what I get for seeking perfection, a stain. Well, that's a good start. Monika slides the paper away from her hand. Slides the paper away from her and puts her head down on the desk. Oh, she falls asleep again? She falls asleep more often than me and Sayori. The air conditioner seems louder today. I'm here. Hi. Monika hears Sayori approach her desk, then stop for a second, probably reading this piece of paper. Then she sits down in the adjacent desk. Bad day? Mm-hmm. Me too. You too? The new flyer looks so good. You've been working so hard. On the club, but also something else, I think. I can't do it, I'm sorry. It's so hard to just be vulnerable. Sayori takes a sheet of paper from Monika's desk. She writes something down, then stares at it for a while. Can I trust you? Of course. You can trust me with anything. Sayori gazes at Monika with sadness in her eyes. Understanding the signal, Monika takes the paper from Sayori's desk and reads it. Whoa. Wow, that is definitely a lot of trust to put in someone. Yeah, wow. Sayori! This is really, really hard for me. Her voice shakes. So if I can do it, then you can too. Because you're like 1,000,000 times better than me. That's completely not true. Sayori takes a deep breath, trying to steady herself. That's something about me that I've never told anyone else before. Even now, my head is like screaming at me to stop. Wait, you don't have to force yourself. I mean, just because of the promise yesterday, I want to. It just feels right. I mean, maybe it's part of the reason I came to this club in the first place. This is the literature club. I trust you. More than I'm scared. At those words, Monika stands up. Sayori must have taken days to work up the courage for this. Where Monika's own futile but genuine efforts actually the push that Sayori needed? No, were. I read that as where. It's like, what? Sayori's deliberate breaths can be heard over the air conditioner. The air conditioner here is a lot more prominent than in the main game. As she prepares herself to continue, Monika waits in gentle silence. I have this problem where I get really upset when people worry too much about me. I can't control it. It's like, why waste your energy worrying about me when you can just be happy instead? So I never tell anyone about these kinds of thoughts I have. It's so much easier to just smile and help everyone else be happy. But that's terrible. That's what Monika wants to say, but she stops herself in fear of saying the wrong thing. It's just that if everyone knew about it, they wouldn't treat me the same anymore. Like whenever I'm not smiling, everyone would worry about me and ask me what's wrong. I know that, because it used to be like that. Sayori pauses, seeming to recall something in the past. I just want everyone to be happy. That's the most important thing to me. And letting people look inside my head doesn't bring happiness to anyone. Now, well, looking into it and seeing what's there may not bring happiness, Sayori, but yeah, even though you don't like it, offering help and helping you with going through your days, that does bring happiness to other people, Sayori. I mean, you probably won't see it that way, but that is true. Sayori pauses again, her solemn expression making her look almost like an entirely different person. How did you find the courage to tell me this? You're not worried that I'll be one of those people too? I am worried. Part of me really hates myself for doing this, but another part of me, I think, just felt like it would be different this time. Whenever we talk about what the club is supposed to mean, I kept feeling like it was right for me to do. Especially after you've been trying so hard to express yourself too. It just made me feel like I could say it in confidence, and our friendship doesn't have to change. It's so silly, the club is only 2 people, but it already means this much to me. Monika feels a tightening sensation in her heart. A feeling of connection as Sayori's emotion radiate between them. Me too. I was so lost until you showed up. You're so brave, Sayori. You're so strong and brave. I don't even compare. Monika steps forward. But if nothing else, I can at least offer you some hug energy. If you'd like. It's not really a hug. She's just kind of holding her like this, but still. It is very kind. I like this Monika a lot more. Instead of the psychopathic, deleting characters from existence Monika. Wordlessly and without a smile, Sayori rests her forehead on Monika's shoulder. Through their contact, Monika can almost feel the torrent of thoughts swimming in Sayori's head. And in this moment, enchanted by the air of the club, Monika realizes that of all the days that have passed, this is the one where she really hopes that nobody new walks through the door. She speaks softly. You're like the sweetest girl I've ever met. You can say anything. I'll never judge you. I promise. Sayori's breath begins to quiver. She takes several deep breaths, trying as hard as she can to start speaking, to say the things she never once dared to say out loud. Finally, she speaks in a choked voice. I'm so worthless. I'm worthless and everyone will be better off without me. Wow. Oh, you can slightly see it, but the amount of snot accumulating right underneath my nose is absolutely ridiculous. And now it's on my hands. Well, if the 30 spends in the washer anyway, so that doesn't matter. She suppresses a sob as a tear falls down her cheek. I'm just an inconvenience to everyone. I'm not good at anything and it just feels like everyone just has to put up with me and I hate it. I hate it. The more Sayori speaks, the more she fails to control her voice. Falling victim to the overwhelming sadness clutching in at her throat and chest. I don't want to have these thoughts. I want them to go away. And now I'm making you put up with me and I just want to die. As Sayori loses her composure, Monika becomes determined to keep her own. She only wants to be what Sayori needs right now, so she won't let any sadness show. Her voice comes through as soft and gentle. This isn't putting up with you. It's just being your friend. Monika offers a few words of comfort, but she knows, Sayori said it herself, that the thoughts Sayori experiences are ones that don't belong. And Monika can't magically make them go away. The most she can do is help Sayori battle them, like any good friend would do. Exactly. You have so much value. To me, and to your other friends too. This club wouldn't have been the same without you. I really mean that. You coming here was the best thing that could have happened. Even if we never got any other members, I would still be happy. That's what you brought here. You brought us a vision, and you also brought happiness. And that's your favorite thing to do, right? Sayori doesn't respond, but Monika feels her gently nod. No more words are needed between them. The two share their embrace for a while longer, Monika letting Sayori take as much time as she needs. Once her breathing steadies and her sniffles fully cease, Sayori lifts her head and wipes her eyes. I guess I needed that. Some days are harder than others. Well, I'm here whenever you need me. Jesus. Again, The amount of mucus from my nose is off the charts. As in, even more than ever before. I can't even remember any time when it was as crazy as this. And I don't have my handkerchief here either, so that sucks. Don't even know where that thing is, actually. But any other time, I'll make sure that things are the way they usually are. If that's what makes you happy. Thanks. You're the best. No, you are. And you exchange smiles. You know, I'm sorry to bring this up all of a sudden, but have you considered talking to a professional? Sayori nods. It's scary, since it's already so hard to tell people. Yeah, well, of course it will always be your choice, but if you're ever looking to find the courage for it, I can do my best to help you. Thanks. I think it helps knowing that you would. Sayori suddenly yawns and stretches. Wow, that made me tired. And hungry. Well, I won't make you do any work today if you're not up for it. No, I want to. I mean, I can say that it's definitely one of the things that makes me happy. Monika smiles. But I might want to get a snack first. All of a sudden, the sound of the door causes the two of them to turn their heads. Oh, is this Yuri? The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar. Oh, that has to be Yuri. Oh yeah, well, the next is understanding with Yuri and Sayori, so I'm guessing Yuri is the second person to join the club. And then, you know, she's like, hey, I saw your flyer or whatever. Wow. But holy fuck. I thought that Blue Skies was gonna... Okay, yeah, there it is. I thought Blue Skies was gonna be the one that was gonna make me cry all the time. And not necessarily this game too, but I was wrong. Hug energy. No, I need happy noises. I need happy noises. Oh my god. Fucking hell. Yes, happy place, happy place, happy place. Oh man, Sayori. I need to give you the biggest hug ever, Sayori. For fuck's sakes, man. And also Monika, by the way. I know this technically isn't canon or whatever, because this has nothing to do with the main game. How could you drive someone like that to kill herself? How? 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 Seriously, how? I don't even want to say anything else, just how? And just ponder on that for a little bit, Monika. How? I'm toying with the idea to repeat that word again. Yeah, here I go. How? How would you do that? How? Why? How could you? You automatically just want to do everything in your power to make them feel better. No matter to what extent that may be. It doesn't matter what if they want you to leave them alone, if they want you to go there every Saturday to eat lunch together or something, I don't know. Like, whatever needs to be done, it will be done. Because you're friends, and that's what you do when someone goes through something so terrible like that. Okay, well, I need to compose myself, and I need to go to bed. So, I'm gonna end it off here. Holy fuck. Okay, well, what was that, trust? Yeah, that was trust, okay. Well, I can't wait until we get to the other ones and see how well those are gonna go. No, I need this on repeat. I need to stay here for like 15 minutes for now, just getting my composure back. And then I need to And I need to find my handkerchief somewhere to blow my nose and clean this up, because I know you can't see it very well on the camera, but... Well, when I turn around... Yeah, this is full of mucus and snot, and there's tears running down everywhere, so and my hands are completely covered, my pants are covered, it is absolutely everywhere, so I need to clean up a bit, and then I need to go to bed, so... Yeah, anyway, I'll end it off here. Hope you always enjoyed it, somehow. Hope you're not also crying in the comment section. Probably not. Probably everybody's like, dude, relax, they're just video game characters. I know, but just placing my head into a situation like that, it's just like, man. Anyway, next up is understanding, which is when Yuri joins the party. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe to join the Roman army. See you in the next one. Valete.